Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today I am filming what is an episode basically just talking to you. I don't normally do this. I'm going to give it a go and see how it works. But I feel like sometimes it's just good to sit down and talk. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. This is what I'm going to be talking about today. And it's located right there on my face. Like, I've got a mirror here that's like providing light for my face. And I can see it so much better in that. And it's just... So a lot of people, wherever you live, will deal with this problem. Spots or, in worse cases, acne. Mine are acne, but I've been on treatment for quite a long time now, well over a year. But I'm going to talk to you about my experiences with it and whether it's worth doing it. And hopefully, if you do have spots, then you can take something from this. If you don't have spots, then I suppose this video doesn't really mean anything to you and you can click off, but only at the end of the video because I still need the watch minutes. Firstly, my mum had really bad spots and she said to me, Ben, what are you doing? You can go to the GP, get something to sort it out really easily. So at first I said no, like they really don't bother me that much. They don't change my appearance as much as I thought they would. And eventually you just come to the point where you settle down, you think the spots are just part of who I am. And I'm not really going to change that. That is just me. However, when I eventually got sick and tired of like them just winding me up, like getting up every morning, there'd just a new one appear, and then I'd have to like go through the whole process of, it's a bit gross, but getting the hot water and like, yeah, it's just not a fun experience to be doing every single morning. So once I finally got sick of that, I went to the GP and she gave me this cream. A lot of people have got this. My sister's now on the cream, and it's basically just put it on your face and it slowly begins to like improve like your skin. However, for most people, this is just stage one because that doesn't really work out that well. I mean, it improves it, but it works slowly and it doesn't really work that well. So then the GP wants you to go through like a process before you can get to the powerful tablets, which I'm on now, and we'll get to that in a minute, because the second stage of the process is called lymecycline. Now, I did the lymecycline for about 8 months, and yes, it did clear my skin up really nicely. Not completely, but to the point where I only had a few spots, and I had to get rid of one or two, every few days, but not every day like I used to have to do. However, what I noticed and what some of my friends have noticed and people I've spoken to about the same problems, something about the lymecycline that doesn't quite work is they'll put you on for like 3 months and then you come off it for a month and you'll notice the spots come back. So they'll put you on for a bit longer, and I was on the lymecycline for about 8 months and they just keep giving you tablets. But every time you come off it, it just hits harder. So basically you come off and for the next 2 weeks, you just get like raided. Your face gets bombarded with spots because it's like something triggers in your face and it's like, oh, we're not being held back anymore. Let's just attack. And you get attacked badly. So when they come back, it's a nightmare. So then you just keep taking the tablets to hold it back and just, yeah. It's not great, really. For some people, that's the end of the line. But there's still people like me who it just keeps coming back. And eventually they take it to stage 3. I'm not sure. I feel like this is the last stage. But there probably is more stages. Like, I've tried masks, them light masks and stuff. They sort of work, but they have like a 30-day thing on it, and once your 30 days runs out, like the light stops working and then you have to go and buy another one, which is stupid for the amount it costs. Anyway, so stage 3, the stage that I'm on now and started about a month ago, was called Roaccutane. Now, a lot of people have probably heard of this drug. It's insanely powerful. It's got loads of really bad side effects, some of which I'm beginning to notice. However, it's not called Roaccutane anymore. It's now called, I don't actually know how to pronounce it, Isotretinoin. Yeah. Honestly, that's the new thing. Like, let's just call it Roaccutane. So they changed from Roaccutane for whatever reason, I don't know, but they did. and that's basically the same thing. I have to take 3 a day, which can be a nightmare. However, in the past month, I've only forgotten to take my tablet once. So let me explain to what extent I had to go through in order to get these tablets. Like, it's pretty ridiculous. So the tablets are very powerful and they come with pretty bad side effects, which I'll talk about in a moment. But in order to get them, like, they messed up on my go, basically, so it did make matters worse. However, in order to get them, you have to do stage 1, stage 2, and then you have to go for a blood test, which is fine. Obviously, the powerful tablets, they need to check. But they messed my first blood test up, and I can't stand having blood tests. Like, I just don't like the feeling of the needle scratching around in your arm. I'm sorry to anybody who might have just fainted in front of the phone or whatever. I apologize, but yeah, I don't like that at all. Then I went into dermatology, which we had to wait months for because there just wasn't any appointments, and they sent us about 16 letters through the post, all basically saying, we've got you a new appointment, we've cancelled that appointment, we've got you another new appointment, we've cancelled that one, we've got you... I'm not joking, 16 letters from the NHS, all coming through, basically cancelling and booking appointments for dermatology for me. Anyway, eventually, after waiting for so long, we managed to get one. So I went in and the dermatologist said to me that they've messed up my blood tests, so I can't get the Roaccutane prescribed to me there and then. So I then had to wait a week and go and get my blood tested for the second time. And then after a week, again, after they checked the blood and they were fine for me to go on the Roaccutane, they eventually gave me the first prescription of it. After a week of being on the Roaccutane, they want you to go in for another blood test. So you really should have to do 2, but I had to do 3 because they messed it up. And that's just to basically check if it's affecting your body in any negative way or whatever. So I've now been on it for a month. There's loads of side effects, but the ones I've noticed, and I think the ones that most people begin to notice, and you might have noticed watching the video, but my lips are insanely dry, like really bad. Like, my mum got me this for Christmas. This is how bad my lips are. Like, that's what my mum got me for Christmas. Another side effect is, like, I get like a really dry nose. Like, this is a pretty disgusting video, but I'm just going to talk to you about it because obviously there's a lot of people that have the same problems. So I get a really dry nose, and sometimes when I blow my nose, it's like it can bleed and it gets crusty. I know, I'm sorry. Who thought that my channel would get to this? But it's just a conversation. All right, grow up. So with a lot of Vaseline and moisturizer, I'm beginning to notice that maybe my spots are getting better. I've got another 2 months to go yet. In fact, I've got another 2 months today left of the tablets, so that's 3 a day for the next 2 months, and hopefully they're gone then. Obviously, you'll be able to see if there's any change by watching the videos in the future. And there's a big one that they constantly remind you about, and this is like, it can cause depression. These tablets can cause depression. I haven't really noticed anything myself, like little bits of like mood swings and stuff. I think that's just normal though, so I don't think there's a problem with that. They do say it's rare. They say that the chances of getting depression are rare, however, can be very dangerous, obviously. So it's targeting something in your brain, at the same time it's making your skin all dry. Whatever it is, it's just basically killing your spots, and it's fighting back whatever they were trying to do in the first place. It's just attacking them. So that's it for my spot story. I'll show you some pictures from a couple of months ago of my spots and like what they used to look like, and as you can see, yeah, it wasn't great. They weren't awful. Like, some people have better ones than me, but some people have them worse as well. Like, some people have them much worse. All I'd say to you, if you have spots, either only a few or loads, just go to your GP. It's free. So if your spots are like small, they'll just give you the cream and that should clear it up. But if they are much worse, you might end up getting onto the Isotretinoin, the Roaccutane. You might end up on the Roaccutane like me. If you do have any experiences that you'd like to share, make sure you do put that in the comments, because I read all the comments. I think that's everything for this video. It's been nice just sit down and talk. Please leave a like and tell me if you enjoy this sort of video where I just sit down and talk and edit it to... I hope it's entertaining. Like, it's just a test run. Hopefully you enjoy it. Anyway, that is it for this video. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the future.